Welcome back to our entry-level Python programming course, and you know what time it is. It's time for us to review dictionaries and strings with a nice review segment. Let's jump right in. First question that we have for you, what is the output of the following code? So notice we are creating a dictionary, and we have an initial a key of A with a value of 100 and then a key of B with a value of 200. We then reference data A equals data A plus 50, then data C equals data B minus 100, and then you can see we print the length of our data. So you might want to pause the video here, give this some thought, and then go ahead and return as I review the answer. So yeah, this was an interesting one, having us review some code that we are using to manipulate a dictionary. And this one was pretty easy, wasn't it? Yeah, if we create a new item, if we create a new key value of C with a new piece of data, when we print the length of our data dictionary, it is going to reply with 3 because we now have the A, the B, and the C indexes or key values created, the key value pairings. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty straightforward. I thought this was a little bit out of right field for what we had covered in our course together. So I just wanted to see if you could respond appropriately to a code setup like that. All right, next up, what is the output of the following code? And we can see another dictionary that has been created. And then notice for key in my dictionary, we're going to print the key, my dictionary key, and then we're going to have an N character of a space. So go ahead and pause the video here, look at your options, and unpause when you're ready for me to review the correct answer. Well, all right, everybody, I'm looking at these answers, and the first thing that I notice is our print statement is going to be printing the key and the value for that key. Yeah, so notice we would get the key and the key's value. So I can rule out A and B right away. Yeah, look at that. A is printing just the keys. B is printing just the values, so I can eliminate those two. Now, comparing C to D, we see that, well, there's just, this is just kind of a formatting thing. Would we get a space between X1, Y2, Z3 like that? No, actually, if you run this, the output that you get is the key value of X, a space, the value of that key of 1, and then a space, and then Y, and then a space, and then 2. Yeah, so the formatting output that you would get would be D. All right, next up. Which of the following statements about Python dictionaries is true? Dictionary keys must always be strings. Duplicate keys are allowed if the values are different. I'm laughing because that one just doesn't seem possible, does it? Dictionary keys must be immutable data types. And then finally, the values in a dictionary must be of the same data type. So what I would do on a question like this is I would just start eliminating incorrect answers. So I had chuckled about B. Yeah, we can't have duplicate keys. My goodness, Python is going to get awfully confused by that. So I eliminate B. Dictionary keys must always be strings. Ooh, I eliminate that. Much too strict, not how it works at all. And then the values in a dictionary must be of the same data type. No, we covered that. You could have values be all over the place. So the only correct answer by process of elimination here is dictionary keys must be immutable data types, and that's exactly true. So they would be strings, or they would be integers, or they would be tuples. Yeah, they would be our immutable data types. All right, last but not least, we did cover strings in this section. So let's go ahead and work in a little string review here, which is the output of the following code. So we have a variable called text that we fill with the string of Python. And then notice we have a very clever little print command here. What would be the correct output? I'll go ahead and pause here. You'll want to pause your video, think about this, and unpause when you're ready for me to cover the answer. All right, well, the first thing that would be printed would be the text from index 1, and that would be the lowercase y. So look at that. Right off the bat, we can eliminate options B and C. Woohoo! Yeah, not B and C. And then we're going to add text minus 1. That would be the N. So YN. And guess what? We could stop right there. Yeah, we have arrived at our answer. Now let's just sanity check the text 2:4. So that would start at index 2. And that would be, let's see, 0, 1, 2. That would be the lowercase t. And then it would go up to index of 4. That would be the O. But of course, it doesn't include the O. And so it would be giving us the H. So YNTH is the output we would see. Well, great work, everyone, in this review of dictionary concepts and strings. And you guessed it, coming up, I'm going to go ahead and give you a dictionaries assignment. I'll see you there.